share it.
Oh, there it goes. Got it.
Is it? Yeah. So it's loading. It's loading. It's all very.
That's where you share it everywhere, right? I just don't understand. Thank you for doing that.
No, yeah, that's fine. I will share it to. This meeting is being live streamed. Yeah, let me see if it's on my profile yet. It is there. So let me. Okay. So you should. Yeah, I think there's. Hey guys, if you're watching, we're streaming through Zoom, so I have to look at my phone to be able to see your comments. Just bear with me. Say hi in the comments if you're here. I'm with Brandi from Minnesota, and I'm just going to share this into her group so her ladies can see.
Oh, share it. You know what? Why don't you just, let's go big or go home at Super Bowl. Share it to my timeline.
Are you sure?
Go big or go home, baby.
Oh my God, that's a first for her, guys. That's a first for her. Trust me. She doesn't do these on her profile at all.
We're gonna make sure we say that. Yeah.
Okay. She's wanting me to do that, so let me share. So bear with me, guys. Let me share it to actually she's wanting me to do that, so let me share. Turn the volume off so I can't hear myself because that freaks me out.
Oh, that's your computer, huh?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tag you so it shows onto your profile. Oh my God, I can't believe I did it. Bear with us, guys. Bear with us for technical.
Go big or go home. It's Super Bowl weekend, man.
Yeah, I know. Is the games have started, right?
No, it starts in 3 hours at 5. So it would be 11 p.m. your time.
Oh, okay. And who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for?
Who am I rooting for? Bengals, because they're the underdogs. I've never liked the Rams. Never.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. My dad was a big football guy. He was a big 49ers fan.
Oh.
My brother liked the Dolphins. My mother has always loved the Kansas City Chiefs, and I just kind of like float around. I'm there for the food, for the commercials, for Puppy Bowl. I'm there this year for the halftime show, which is Eminem, who is my favorite. I love him, even though my mother,
I love Eminem. I love him.
Like aghast that I like Eminem. Eminem channels my anger so well. I'm like,
yeah. He's freaking awesome, isn't he?
Oh, I love him. Mary J is good.
Kim, did you say Mary J?
Yeah, Mary J is on too.
Oh my God!
It's gonna be Mary J, who is like our era, right? It's gonna be Mary J. It's gonna be Snoop Dogg. It's gonna be Dr. Dre, Eminem, and then Kendrick Lamar, which I'm kind of like, nah, but you know.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so we got Kim on. Hey, Kim. We got Shamina's on. Hey, Shamina. Manda's on. Hey, Manda. Nicole's here. Nicole. Hey, Nicole. We miss you.
We do.
And she said it looks like it has the Hudson Bay stripes, which is a Canadian company.
You know what it is. Yes, this is my Hudson Bay from old school 93 going on here.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Stole it from a boyfriend.
Ellie's here. Hey, Ellie. Hey. Oh, I hate when it does that. Hold on. I need to get rid of the sound. Ellie's here. Hey, Ellie. Hey. Why does it do that? I hate that. Let me turn my sound off on here. Okay, so ladies, we're on Zoom.
International phone call.
I know, isn't it? Marie's here. Hey, Marie. So we're on Zoom. So we can't see the comments via Zoom. I have to look down at my phone to see the comments. So I will do my best to read your comments as we're talking. And thank you, Nicole. My skin looks flawless. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys, especially if you were just on with me as well and you've come back. Hey, Elena. Elena's our new girl. that's just
Oh,
joined us.
nice. Sylvia is a very busy woman. She is spending some time with me on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Brandi, so you can see we're in 2 different countries, right? Brandy's out in her car, freezing her butt off in the snow in Minnesota. And I'm in my nice warm house in my bedroom.
Here we go.
Look, she's got snow, people. She's got snow. It's just crazy. So thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We've just come on. We're talking business with no bullshit, basically, right? That's what we're talking. That's what we're talking. Oh, bless her. That's dedication. I know, Shamina, right? It is dedication.
I am consistent, damn it. I am
consistent, and you'll never see Brandi do a live from her house ever,
or on my profile page ever. So this is a first. We're going big and going home. It's Super Bowl weekend. So I'm actually streaming this to my profile, which I have a lot of people I work with, so I know I'm going to catch some shit tomorrow when I go to work, but that's okay.
Exactly. We got to step out of our comfort zones, right?
I'm the collagen girl. That's okay. I can take it because I'm selling more and making more money than you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Jamila said, I love this first. You go, girl. She's saying, yeah.
Thank you. It takes a lot of guts for me. It takes a lot of guts. I'm actually quite shy. So it takes a lot of guts for me to stream on my timeline. Thank you.
No, she's never, in all the years I've known Brandi, she does not do it. She just doesn't. You'll see her if you're in her customer group, you will see her all the time in there streaming live from her car, but you will never see her on a timeline, and never in her house. It's always in her car. So this is
I live in this car. This car is like, I live in this car. If you could see this car, it's a pit, but I clean it up occasionally, right? And then I'm really proud of it, and then I just live in it. And there's like collagen everywhere. There's collagen all over this car.
I've run out. My box is empty. I'm waiting for my next lot to come. I'm like,
oh my God, there's collagen in my trunk. There's collagen on the floor. There's boxes in my purse. It's like, it is a functioning vehicle. Okay.
That is so funny. Oh my God.
I know.
So we are here, guys, to talk business. When we say business, let's have a frank talk with everybody.
Yeah, about this pyramid scheme we belong to, Sylvia.
Yeah. About this scam that we belong to.
That we've been scamming for 6 years now?
Yes, yeah, 7 for me. So absolutely. So we just want to come on. We made a decision. I said this earlier. We made a decision that we need to step out of our comfort zones, stop being scared about what everybody else thinks, because there's people out there in the world that need this just as much as we do.
Precisely.
And they're not going to know about it unless we open our mouths and share what we're doing.
Well, I kind of feel like it's, if we don't talk about this like we talk about Jesus, nobody's ever going to know about it. So
that's right.
So, you know, Jesus and collagen, sure. But the point being that a lot of people think I'm a part of a scheme. A lot of people think that I'm part of a pyramid. A lot of people think I get paid all this money to bring people on my team. You know, there's just such misconceptions out there. Not to say that when I first started 6 years ago, I thought the same thing, but our company that we have worked for kind of independently from, but we use their name, is number 3 in online sales. So there's Mary Kay, Avon, and then there's Unique. So it's not going away. I'm basically an Avon lady.
Yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? We just work different to Avon. We don't have to put catalogs through. Actually, I don't even know if they still do that, but
we do catalogs anymore, do we?
We don't, I don't think we have them because they haven't been able to do the catalog because we haven't been able to get the models over, right?
Because of COVID. Yeah.
Right,
okay.
But I don't know how Avon works now, but over here anyway, it used to be they'd put catalogs through the door, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of work up and down the street and putting cat for little return, like in hope that somebody
to not get kidnapped or raped or murdered. I mean, little
right. Right. But what we do in terms of it's the same thing, isn't it? We just work differently. That's all it is. We just work differently. Karen's on. Hey, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Shamina's saying, I've been hearing this a lot, but I have chosen not to listen and follow my heart. Good girl. Well done.
Nicole, well, there's a lot you can say about that. One of the things that Sylvie and I have decided about stepping out of our comfort zone is we have been doing this for 6-7 years. So both of us combined we were never selling people to begin with. We went through that stage where all we did was spam people and want to sell to them. Then we went through the stage of we hate this. Then we went through the stage of I'm going to quit. Everybody sucks. And then we decided to just do it for ourselves. And it's funny because we always talked about our accomplishments, but we never quite talked about our accomplishments.
Yeah.
Especially me, because when I first started, people would go, oh, thank God you're a nurse and you have a day job. As if this was something horrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I guess it's because multi-level marketing has such a bad name, and you have like Melaleuca and you got LuLaRoe out here, and so many people and companies have been so bad. But again, ours has just been steady. And our company was a Fortune 500 company as well a couple of years ago. So I just don't think people know we're like Mary Kay ladies, but we work differently, you know.
Yeah, that's it. And that's exactly it. And there is someone's right. Shamina's saying it's hard work, dedication, consistency, getting out of that comfort zone. You go for it. If you go for it, you deserve all the glory you get from it all. It'll fall into place in time. Keep going. Absolutely. And Nicole says, but as a nurse, you can attest that the products are good.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I fell into it by way of just helping out a friend. And I thought, oh, this poor friend is part of a scheme. I'll just buy her mascara because I just feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
I mean, I even admit I started out thinking, oh, you know, this poor girl has been, you know, bamboozled. But I ended up loving the mascara, which is the only thing that will work with my allergies. I have super, super bad allergies when it comes to my eyes. And from there, it just kind of took off. So, but no selling background at all. No, I'm scientific. I have no business bone in my body. No.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, and the ingredients are quality. Absolutely, Nicole, they are. And it is, I think, the problem is, I think, with some of the companies that are in the same, like network marketing companies, direct selling companies, it's not the company necessarily that breeds that culture that gives it a bad rep. It's the people in it, right?
Yeah, totally agree. Totally.
There's people that do, right. There'll be people that the way they run their business may not be ethical or whatever, and that gives the rest of us a bad name. No, you get it in every company. It's not like nobody's immune. You're going to get the bad eggs, if you like, but do things a certain way, and you know, negativity travels faster than the positive stuff, right? And it gives everybody else the bad name. Like, for instance, you've got people that have come into the business and then they're told, buy everything, buy every month special, buy it, buy. So that poor person's investing before they've even seen anything come back. They leave, and then someone says, oh, how was it? Oh, it was a scam. I was buying everything. And that's how it spreads. And then people think, oh yeah, it's a scam. But actually, no, they were led incorrectly. Like for instance, our team, that's a no. Like anyone, and Karen's in the comments and she'll know, because I've told her several times, do not buy products unless you want it. If it's something you want and you're going to use it, then go ahead and buy it. But don't buy it because you feel you should have it because it's this month's special, or like the idea is not for you to go bankrupt. Like, you're here to make some extra money.
I think, to go back to your comment about it's the people that ruin it, I really do. I think it's like religion. It's like the written word is wonderful.
Yeah.
If you believe, and you know, some people believe the Bible is a nice historical a historical document in the sense that it tells stories and but it's just like religion. Sometimes religions are wonderful, but it's the people that scam you out of money and ruin it. And it's not necessarily that Jesus is a bad man. It's that the religion and the people who run it are nasty. And you and I, the funny thing is, how much debt were you in? Because I was in $40,000 worth of debt. And I got about the same. Yeah. And we both got ourselves out of debt by working this business. We never overinvested. We kept our little debit card where all our rewards came onto, our monetary rewards, and we paid our bills.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting how some people run this business and how some people run it into ruin, I guess, you know. It's kind of being associated. That's why I've never posted anything on my wall, because I'm just so tired of getting razzed about it at work. It's like, you know, whatever. But how many people on their day off can say that they make $400 a day on their day off? Or how many people can say I make 150, or how many people can say, so I'm not even working as a nurse, which is far better money. Yes. But for the trouble it's been for the last 2.5 years, hell no. And I sit on my couch and basically watch musicals all day long and channel my grandma Haynes, and I can make $400 to $600. So I'm kind of like, why not share?
That's right. I tell you, look at it, isn't it? Someone said something here. Karen, she says, I'm at the stage, I don't think I will be a leader. I'm a leader at work. I'm bumbling along, and I see me as more of a supporter at this stage, which is fine, right? So Karen works with me and Brandi, and she's literally just having fun with it. She enjoys being around us all. She likes the community. She loves the product. She was using the products before she even got involved. And at the moment, she's happy plodding along, and she's saying, you know, she doesn't see that she's going to be a leader, meaning that she's going to build her own little community of business partners, which is absolutely fine, because that's how I started. I wasn't I wasn't looking to build anything. I was just having fun. Brandi's exactly the same. She's been doing this long, and it hasn't been her aspiration to build a team. That's absolutely fine. You do with it what you want to do with it. If it's just literally
my aspiration was to pay off my debt. You know, I was like, by gosh damn, if I was going to be in that amount of debt anymore from a man, number one, but from number two, it was just like, I'm not going to be in debt like that. So my whole deal was not to build a team, but to pay off debt. And the product sells itself. It's really amazing. Like this collagen is just insane in the membrane, and you can do with it what you want. Now, on the other hand, Sylvia, to me, I thought the FedEx guy was coming. I was like, oh my God. No, okay, calm down, squirrel. But Sylvia, on the other hand, is what I would say is the classic leader. She's got a team. She loves it. She has a great time. She's got her dance. She's got, you know, so I would rather like fall under that or just be the person behind the scenes. And Sylvia's more the girl in front of the scenes, which is fine. I'm just here to pay off debt. And then I'm here to have that extra cash, that spending money. I've paid for the last 5 Christmases of mine with the Unique, and that's for 6 people. So it must not be that much of a scam, you know. That's and then we had said before too, it kind of hurts our feelings when people are like, remember we had said previous on one of our loose lips, it's a scam. Then what do you say about me? Because for all of you that know me in Idaho, if I was caught dead lying, my grandma Haynes would kick me in the ass sideways. So can't lie. Number 2, I'm a nurse. So morally and ethically, I'm bound to tell the truth. I'm actually a good nurse. And so if any of you know me, you know I'm not full of shit. So it's kind of interesting that people would say I'm a scam. Kind of hurts my feelings.
Yeah, it's true. That's absolutely true. Karen says, my daughter says, I don't think you should be the face of makeup.
Oh my God, how old is she? 20 something? Those 20 somethings, they know everything, don't they? Oh yeah. Then tell him she needs to be the face of makeup.
Right. And Karen's like, yeah, she's like you, Brandi, just happy to follow. Who knows, she may change her mind and become a leader at later date. Exactly, you never know where this journey is going to take you. Like,
correct.
I didn't plan to become a leader. That just happened. It just happened that way. And I still don't see myself that way either. I see myself as, I work with a group of people that I love being around. I don't see myself as their leader. I'm definitely no one's boss. But do you understand what I mean? So you never know where it's going to take you. You get involved and you just sort of go with it and see where it goes. And Nicole says the fact that you can make money without building a team proves it's not a scam. Pyramid schemes can only make money if you build. Yeah. It drives me bonkers when people say direct sales is a scam. It's true. Like, I don't know if you've watched Sue Westerdale's video Zoom that she did the other day. So Sue Westerdale, for those that don't know, she's one of our leaders. I think she's purple status. I thought she was black status, but I think she's actually purple status, which is one of the top ranks within the company. I thought she was black, but I'm sure I heard her say purple on this Zoom. And she's 65. I think she's 65. I mean, she's amazing. She's just a normal 65-year-old woman. Like, she's not a glamour mama, if you like, right? She's not, far from it, right? But she makes, and I'm not making income claims here because it's different for everybody. Yeah, what you put in is what you get out. So don't think that this is everybody, okay? But just from not me, right? And it's not me either, right?
It was not me.
But she was saying on that Zoom that she doesn't sponsor, she doesn't bring teamies in, she doesn't bring business partners in, right? And she hadn't done it for the whole of last year. She'd not brought anybody in because it wasn't her thing. She's been running her business on her own. She's been hitting all the ranks, and she's been earning a minimum of £5,000 per month of her own efforts, not from the backs of other people, her own efforts. No team, no real team, no, right, off her own efforts. Her focus has changed this year, and she's now the opportunity and bringing people in to help them as well. Her market is, like, her page, if anyone wants to go and check her out, is
65 and up, right?
Yeah, I think it's over 50 something. Karen, if you remember, I can't, it's 50 something plus makeup for over 50s or something. Karen or anyone, if you know the page, drop it in the comments. So if anyone wants to go and check her out, they can. Her market is her age group of older women. So she teaches the mature women about how to apply makeup, how to do their lashes, over the 50s, and she talked about menopause. She talks about all those things that ladies of that age are going through, which ladies of our age haven't experienced yet, so we can't relate to, right? And that's how she's built her business, right? Her niche is people her age group, right? And she's huge. I mean, she's got thousands of followers, but she earns just from what she puts in, not because she's built a team. So you can be in this business and not build a team and still earn an income. And like Nicole said, if it was a pyramid scheme, that wouldn't work.
Well, exactly. And people are just shocked that I make money from it. They're shocked that I would not want to be in a bitter, cynical nursing environment, and I'd rather be sitting on my couch making what I make at work. But it's kind of funny. It's like on the really good days, I can make the same thing that I make at work. On the slow days, I can make 150 on up. But, it's a day off for me. So it's just extra spending change. But I think I just don't care to run a team because I'm not into it. It's because I just don't think I'm a good leader, because I'm one of those shit or get off the pot people, and I raise my bar really high. And if people don't rise to my bar, I get pissed. So that makes me a very bad kind of, because I'm supposed to be nice and everybody gets a trophy, and I can't do that.
Hearing this.
It's so not me.
Yeah, are you hearing this, people?
You don't deserve a trophy. You suck.
I'm working on it because she would make an amazing leader or mentor. Let's say mentor, because whenever I say leader, I feel like I'm your leader, I'm your
I feel
boss.
like
And it's not. I'm
supreme
mentor. I'm
leader.
gonna yeah, no. I'm gonna say mentor, because that's what it is. What a leader is a mentor. They mentor you, they coach you, they show you how the business works, etc. What you do with that is down to the individual, right? It's because
Yeah, and
nobody
then
can make you do stuff.
You and me, we don't wear a lot of makeup.
No.
We don't. So a lot of people
Face.
are
We're
always
both barefaced.
yeah, they're always like, because look at both of us, neither one of us have makeup on. And they're like, how can you work for a makeup company and not wear makeup? Because this makeup company has makeup, yes, but it has an amazing skincare line, which we are into.
Okay.
And now that the collagen has come out, it's an amazing product that's a liquid collagen, which blows me away because the moment I started posting about my liquid collagen, everybody and their mother has a collagen product now that they're posting. And I'm like, whatever. So it's just kind of funny that all of a sudden people can post about their powder collagens when I'm consistently posting about my liquid collagen. And you and I don't wear a lot of makeup. We do our eyes. I have no lips, no ass. I'm whiter than white. Not that I put makeup on my ass, but I'm not a makeup girly girl. I never have been. I'll do my eyes and that's, I'd rather be into skincare. So what I predominantly sell is skincare and collagen. I don't sell a lot of foundations and, that's just not my shtick. It's not what I do. And so when I tell people, honestly, open an account, you'll save a crap ton of money. People still go, oh, there she is. She's hooking me with that sales thing. Now she's telling me to get an account. And it's funny because I don't want people on my team. I just want them to get a discount. And it's so hard to get that across that I'm not, it does me no good. I make like less than 1% off of a person. So they're not a dollar sign to me. If people want me to put it out there, you're not a freaking dollar sign to me. I'd rather you have healthy skin and drink a healthy product. You're not a dollar sign.
And when when somebody opens an account, we don't get paid for that. We don't get paid for somebody opening an account. We get zero.
Exactly. And
zero,
people
zero,
they
zero.
don't understand that.
Right.
It's the big
we don't get
zero.
anything for that. It's a big zero. We get nothing for that.
We don't get anything for you being on our team. We don't get a benefit from you buying any of the makeup. We don't get a kickback when you buy the bold beginner's kit. We get zero incentive. Zero incentive. So my incentive is just to be honest to people because I have to be, because again, people who have grown up with me my entire life that know me on this timeline know if I'm not honest, they can go tell my mother and I'll get my ass kicked. And so I have to be honest, because everybody knows me. I'm not going to go to work and have been dishonest and then try to work with people. That makes no sense. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an opportunity that you take and do what you want with. Like, there's no right or wrong way. You do what you want. Some people just enjoy the community and having fun. Others want to build. Others don't want to build.
Some just like the girlfriends. Exactly. Some just like the girlfriends in the chat group. Like Sylvia has this chat group that goes on and people love the chat group. And there's a few in there that just like to know that they can say to somebody, I'm having a really bad day and I feel alone, because these last 2.5 years have sucked for people mentally.
Yeah.
And some people just like a connection with people.
Yeah.
Now for me, I see people at work all day long. I don't want to chat with anyone. So we all are there for different reasons. Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. So it's there's not a number of reasons why somebody would be involved in this. Number of different reasons. No one's reasons are always the same. Let's see what Shamina said. I didn't expect to keep going with Unique or even get into skincare or makeup, but one day something just clicked. This is my calling and I love to help others and heal and love myself along the way, and also get me and my son in a comfortable life in the new future. You ladies really me, and I'm sure for others too. Oh, that's beautiful, Shamina.
Well,
That's really,
Shamina, if you're smart about it, you won't be one of these girls like Sylvia says that just buys product. If you're smart about it, in a way, you'll be like us and use that kickback that you get to either pay off bills or to put it in a savings account. There's a lot of smart ways to run a business. And you usually have to give a business a good 2 years to even get off the ground. Of course, there's going to be some initial investment, but I do not go into credit card debt for this. I do not go into debt where I can't pay my mortgage for this. I never have. I don't, I just, it's interesting how people conceive this big idea of how much of a scammer we are when there's really honest people that are trying, because out of all the people that have joined in Unique, there's only like 97,000 presenters that actually are active. So there's that too. But yeah, everybody joins for a different reason and everybody stays for a different reason. And a lot of people get out because they've involved themselves in drama. Like, unfortunately, sorry, women do. And you need to stay above the drama, and you need to rise above the drama and not get involved.
That's right.
The minute you get involved is the downfall. It needs to be what you want to create it. And you need to stay. Drama is absolutely horrid. And with anybody, let alone you get a pack of women together that are very competitive. So you have to stay above the drama.
Absolutely, yeah. Check the circle, check the people you're around. And that's the other thing I would say as well. If you're somebody that's out there and you're looking at hold on, someone's messaging me, sis. My brother's messaging me, I'll read that after. If you're somebody that's looking for a opportunity in network marketing or direct selling, whether that's with Unique or somewhere else, like I know now from experience, really do your research, right? Research the company, research the person that you may be thinking about joining as well, because it's important to make sure you're with the right team, right? There's a lot of people that have joined these things and they're like, I wish I hadn't joined this team, they're not my people, or what, right? So like, you know, do your research and make sure it's the right fit for you, because not everybody's the right fit for you, and vice versa. Like,
my glasses are fogging it.
Oh my God, because it's so cold. And if you're somebody, she's so cold, she's sat out in the freezing cold, like, bless her. If you're somebody who is a leader within your company, whether it's Unique or somewhere else, and you're looking to build a team, works the same as well. Like, interview, I'm going to say interview, I don't know if that's the right word, but you want to interview the people you're speaking to make sure they're a right fit for your
correct, because
family,
when I worked at Mayo, it was not the right fit for me. Working where I work now in Minneapolis, it's the right fit for me. It's my people, it's my family, it's who I like to get along with. I'm older than dirt. I don't have time for the younger bullshit. I just really don't. You either like me, you don't. If you tease me about this, great, but I'm making more money than you, so back off. It's kind of like, I don't have time for that anymore. I don't. And you need to surround yourself with the right people, because Sylvia and I both started out with big hopes and dreams and schemes, and then found out we just did not work with the people we were with. We didn't work. So, I mean, Sylvia's over in England. We've never met each other. And she's my sister from another mister. We click like two peas in a pod. And it's
absolutely.
You need to research. Sylvia's so right. Research who you're going to join. Research.
100%. You do. You need to. Karen said, "Can you switch teams?" And then she put, "Not that I want to. I'm just asking." No, unfortunately, I don't know about other companies, but within Unique, you can't switch teams. You can't like literally contact Unique and say, "I want to switch teams." You can't do that. There are ways that you can, but from a company standpoint, once you've joined whoever, that's who you're with for your entire time that you're with Unique, unless you let your account go inactive, and then you'd have to rejoin. You can rejoin under somebody else, and there's some little tips and tricks you can do to do that, but generally you can't just join and then 2 weeks later say, actually I want to go under a different team. You can't do that. which is a shame. It's something I've always said, that they should allow you to switch teams once in your lifetime, maybe, because sometimes you join under somebody and then it's not till a bit further along and you think, oh, actually I think I'm in the wrong place, and it'd be nice to be able to switch. But I mean, they obviously have their reasons why they don't allow that to happen. That's why I say, if it's something you're looking into, then make sure you research the people, the company, whatever it is, to make sure it's the right fit for you. And if you're a leader that's building and you've got people requesting to join, like back in the day, like you just, oh yeah, I want to build my team, so I'll just accept anybody. But that's dangerous, because, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but you're going to have people out there that are, I'm going to say, emotional vampires, right? They're not the right fit. You don't fit. And then you might find you have a bunch of people surrounding you that aren't your people. So you have to vet them just as much as they have to vet you. You have to vet them and make sure you're compatible, because you're going to be working together. And do you understand what I mean? So for me, when anyone comes to me and says, you know, I'm thinking about it, whatever, I ask them, there's a few questions that I ask first to see where they're at, before. I don't just be like, oh yeah, here's the link, go and sign up. No, I don't do that. I ask them a few questions to see where they're at. And if I think that it's not a right fit for them, I will say, I don't think this is the right place for you. Like,
and see, I just say I'm not making a team. I don't want a team. If you want to be a part of a team, then join Sylvia. But if you want a discount, then come to me.
That's what she does. That's what she
totally
does.
The opposite.
And I'm telling you,
totally the opposite.
I'm working on it.
No.
I'm working on it, because that's fear. Like I was saying earlier, we all have fears. Brandi's fear is being a mentor. Because she doesn't want to deal with what comes with, like, being a leader. Again, if we've got any presenters watching or whatever and have the aspiration to be a leader, it's not easy.
No, it's not. And
it's not all flowers.
Yeah, and see, I was ex-military too, and it's very hard for me to be very comforting. I come from tough love. I was born from tough love. I was, baptized by tough love. And then I joined the military, which was even tougher love. And then I've been through a divorce and various horrible relationships, although they were really hot looking, and that's tough love too. And then it's like you have a bad marriage, and then you settle finally on a good marriage, and then you just don't want to mess with the bullshit, right? So
yeah,
I'm a very kind of like coarse person that way. And so if you have no feelings and you want to join my team, then because I ain't got time for your feelings, okay? Mommy's not.
That's who she is.
Mommy's not here to breastfeed you. Mommy's not here to change your diaper. Mommy ain't got no time. No time. So that's why I'm like, join Sylvia. And then Sylvia and I were like, why don't we work together? Because I can make them feel good, and Brandi, you can scare them, and then you can scare them and send them over, and I can give them a hug, and then Brandi, and then I'll give it. So Sylvia and I have actually decided just to join forces up, because we're so different yet we're so alike that it works. It works, and I'm the math person. Sylvia's the technical, and Sylvia's the love. Actually, I think I'm more of the brutal honesty. So it works very well. It works very well. It's kind of funny to me too that at my age I would still get teased by friends and coworkers and stuff of that nature that I sell for Unique. Like I said, I've always thought of myself as the Avon lady. That's all I am, is the Avon lady that has some really good products.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
If your mom ever bought Avon, then your mom would probably enjoy buying Unique. So would your sister and your daughter. And it's high quality products. It's from Utah. We make the majority of our makeup in Europe. European standards are way better. In Mexico, before Unique came along from Mexico, women still had lead in their makeup. And so when Unique came along, I remember Karina Delgadillo saying, my God, we finally have a makeup product that's not going to give us cancer in the long run. So just imagine, just not even in the 2000s, still thinking that.
Crazy, isn't it?
And so it's just amazing to me that I can still get absolutely ripped for loving my unique business and having a car full of collagen, but yet people don't tease me about being a nurse because that's a socially
acceptable
job.
job. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
I got into hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt for that job. But that's a socially acceptable job. But this whole being on the internet thing, this is just kind of wild and crazy, Brandi. This isn't smart.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. Yet this business paid my debt off, not my nursing job.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? It's the way we've all been conditioned. It's the way we've all been conditioned to believe.
It's a socially constructed. We need to go to work from 9 to 5. We need to get the 20, 30, and 40-year gifts. We need to stay with the same company for life. We need to have a 401k.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. Work yourself to death and then they make you redundant.
Right.
And then you got nothing.
I actually have fun with this. There's some days I come home from work and you know that when I'm messaging you in the car, I've just seen like 5 or 6 people die. And and then I'm like, but collagen is happy, it's interesting. It's interesting how this world is constructed to make us pay all these taxes and to believe that Social Security is going to be ours when we get older. And it's interesting.
It is. It's what were we saying here? Shamina says, Brandi, I can see you're a very honest, funny and upfront person. One day you may change that mind. Until then, you do what you got to do.
I'll do me, baby. You do you.
She always does. But we've decided what we've decided. We have a great bunch of people that we work with.
We do have a great bunch of ladies. We do.
Yeah, we're very blessed, I think, with the people that we have.
Very drama.
We have we have ups and downs. People have their meltdowns and whatever. Look, we're all human. We're just, but generally, we have a great group of people that we work with, and so we do, Brandi needs to build. I need to build. We got goals, and so we decided we're going to do this together. And I got this from, we've kind of been doing that anyway, but we haven't actually said out loud what we're doing.
No, we haven't. It's kind of like, John and Paul, we've kind of been doing this for
absolutely, right?
It's so funny because it was 2019. Well, we knew each other in 2018 and we clicked and we were actually dying because remember that group that we were conversing in was so dead. And it was just like you and me going back and forth and this like absolutely white girl dead in this group, and you and I are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. It was so funny. And then nobody understood our humor. And then we kind of disappeared for a while. In 2019, we clicked. Yeah. And then Dad died in 2020, and I turned over to your group. Yeah, it's just interesting how life works. It's interesting how it works. But we've been doing this for a couple years now. Yeah.
We have. So we decided that, when I went to that event last weekend, I had the pleasure to see Jen and Jenny. These are 2 unique girls. I don't know who goes under. I don't know who sponsored who. I'm not sure if it's Jen and then Jenny or Jenny and then Jen. I'm not sure, but they work together. Like they run their business together. So instead of it being like what Shamina, you were saying earlier, you can branch off and build your own team, and then you've branched off and you're on your own. I kind of like that. Why do we need to branch off? Why can't we all just stay together?
Yeah.
So what's the point of?
Well, there's people that click with you better from America, and there's people that click for me better from England. It's like, why can't we all stay together? So we're all just kind of together.
Absolutely. And to me, it's more work because say you branched off, then you've got to set up a whole new group and you've got to set up a whole new thing. It's duplicate. Like, what's the point? Like, if we all just work together. So we've decided that's what we're going to do. We're going to work together, and we have a family. Our team. Again, it is a team. Our team, me and Brandi are running our team. So wherever someone wants to work with Brandi or they want to work with me, it doesn't matter because you get us both. You get us both. And like Brandi said, she's like, if I want to know anything about figures and scientific stuff and all of that, I go straight to Brandi because I haven't got a clue. I am no good at maths. Forget it. I didn't like. If you were to say to me, well, how much you actually, I couldn't tell you how much I'm earning. I couldn't tell you because I don't, my brain doesn't work like that, whereas Brandi does. So I can go to her and say, okay, if I want to, this is what I need. What do I need? She can say, you need to do da, 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 and brilliant. But if you want somebody that can do the images and
all your graphics
and all of that, then I'm your girl. I can do that. And I enjoy doing that. Whereas Brandi hates
my
it.
face in this picture. I can't fucking do this. I can save a life with a toothpick, but I don't understand Canva. I can't. It's like if you have an algorithm and you want epi bicarb, let's do it. Let's get that cardiac arrest back. But it's like to put my face in a picture thing. Oh God.
She can't do it. She'll send me a message. Can you do that? Can you do that?
Do it.
Yes, sure, and I'll do it in seconds. But that's what I'm good at, and it's what I enjoy doing. So I'm happy to do that. Whereas Brandi's maths and figures and scientific stuff, that's what she loves and that's what she's good at. So that's
I'd rather convert pounds and dollars all day long.
That's right. Yeah, right. So we join in it together, and so it doesn't matter who you join, you'll get both of us, and
you'll get both of us. It's like Churchill and FDR, you know, we're in it to win it. It's like the Royal Air Force and it is. It's like you get both of us. You get Churchill with his cigar. You get FDR with his, you know, various mistresses. I mean, you get the both of us. You just do.
Exactly. Karen said, yeah, Canva confuses me. I can resuscitate you, but IT stuff, I can't do it. She can't do it.
That's why I'm just like, Sylvia, my brain is mush. If I have to stick my picture in another freaking background, I'm going to, all those pictures you guys saw me put on there, like top seller, top whatever, that was Sylvia. And I'm like, could you please do this? I can't. I whined like a little baby. And Sylvia was like, yes, honey. She gave me a nice, warm Olaf hug. And she said, it'll be okay, bitch. It'll be okay. Yeah. And I said, thank you.
But that's what you do, isn't it? Use each other's talents.
And we've been running this for like me 6 years, you 7 years. That's another thing too. You know, we're both competitive, but we're not competitive to the point where this dominates our life. We have a life. We enjoy our kids. We were in it to pay off debt.
Yeah.
If anybody in there is of the mindset that wants to do that, come to us. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a business started. You just need really 2 or 3 products and you're good to go for life.
Absolutely.
And we have found out through the years, you just need to be honest. There are so many people that are dishonest that just want to get in your pocketbook and just want to scrounge around. And we have learned that if you're just honest and you come from a good place, it works. And like we said, I don't want to build a team. Sylvia does. So there's lots of different ways to run this. Yeah. Lots of different ways. Lots of different ways.
It just takes honesty, consistency, and being your true, authentic self, not trying to be somebody else.
Correct. Because, you know, there was so many people, I'd say there were like 5 people in my life after my dad died that stayed with me consistently. And one of them was Sylvia. And then, and I bring this up all the time, and I don't mean to dredge up old shit, but it just attests to the fact that if you're honest and you're kind and you're your authentic true self, people will stay with you regardless of what you sell. You make friendships. And I know that sounds really corny to people, and at work I'll probably get this, oh, Brandi, can you be my friend? And I get it, you know, ha ha ha, but you build lifelong friendships. And that's just how it is. I had people I had known my whole life that after my dad died wanted nothing to do with me. I knew Sylvia for a good 2 years, maybe. And we just clicked. So we shifted together very well. Absolutely.
And we motivate each other. Like I'll get to a certain thing and I'll be, I've caught Brandi up. Yes, brilliant. And then I'll go make a cup of tea, go back to my account, and I'll be like, oh my God, she's moved again. Yeah, and I'm like shit, like she's moved, and I'm now behind again. Like we're constantly like this. Like she gives me the motivation to keep running, because she's like we're constantly back and forth like this. But like you said, it's not like, oh God, you know, I'm not jealous of her that she's ahead of the game.
Correct.
It's not that kind of competition. It's more like, okay, can't let her be there. I've got to be there with her, and I'm running to catch up, kind of thing, you know. So, and it's good for me. It's good for me because you need that. Sometimes you need that so that you'll keep pushing. I think Kim's like that. Kim Walker, I think, is like that. She's got that kind of attitude. If she sees something, someone's ahead, she's like, no, I need to catch up. And Marva's the same. She's like, you know, like Marva said the other day when she saw that me and you'd got the early access to a product, she was like, oh hell no. Like, I'm not missing out on this. And she was like, next minute Marva had done it, and she's like, there's no way you bitches are leaving me behind. And I was like, okay.
Well, you know, it's so funny because it's like at work trying to land the first IV. You get a bunch of nurses around, and you better damn well land the first IV because you're gonna be looking good.
Yeah.
And it's like Sylvia will say, hey Brandi, I sold some collagen, and I'm like, so did I.
Yeah.
And it's just a friendly competition because I think people need to understand we're not multi-millionaires from this.
No, we're not.
Having a great time doing this, and if you want to be a part of like a really fun country club that really likes the color,
I like
that where women really love the color purple, where I don't like purple, but it's kind of like everything's like bleed purple, but it's so fun. It's so fun. And that is amazing for me because I am not a girly girl. I prefer to hang out with men. I don't like to hang out with women. Women can make me sick to my stomach sometimes. They can be so fake, so backstabbing, so mean. But when you find that like group of women and you're like, oh my God, there are other women out there that think like I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh, thank God.
Fresh air. Kim said, I like to move out of the way. Honestly, I'm like a panther ready to pounce and grab what's mine. Yeah, that I see that. And Carly's the same. Watch Carly.
Carly, you can tell Carly is that.
Yeah, you know, but it's nice because you haven't got it's friendly competition. It's not even a competition. It's like we're really pushing each other in different ways.
Right.
No, so it's nice. It's really nice. And from that you see people leveling up their lives.
Well, and you see people helping others, and that might be corny to some too. And I can see I'm going to get teased for this at work too. But you help people. This is kind of like I know as a nurse that I help people, but you never see that instant well, if they live, you see an instant reward, but it's just that you don't get as much back from ER nursing as when I give somebody a product and say it helps their psoriasis, or it helps their skin, or it helps their acne. You see that direct result, and you can come from such a negative environment. Not to say that nursing's horrible. It's not. I love it. It's my life. But just to say that this is such a nice, pleasant environment where people aren't shouting orders at you, aren't screaming. That's why I like it.
Right,
I get to actually be creative and come down from a very stressful environment into a fun, loving group of women. And like I said, I've never had female support. I've only had my best friend my entire life because her and I are both type A personalities and we think the same. Yeah. But now I've met all of you who we all think the same. Yeah. It's so refreshing.
It is. It really is. Karen said, I'm the plodder, but I don't want to be left behind. Yeah, exactly that. Like Karen again, I don't think I can do the 500. Yeah, right. I don't think. And then she's like, oh, I'm close. I'm trying. And then,
such a nurse too.
She's done it. She's done it. Like she literally just done it. And I was just like, Like, what was she saying 24 hours ago? Like,
I think nurses are that way, though. All of us nurses are like, we can do this. And then we secretly have to have a person like you that, like, could you put my picture in a picture? Because I can't. We have to have that one person we can whine to that will never reveal our really whiny side, right? We need that one person. And so Karen's got that in all of us, too. See, we know we got you.
Exactly. And then Kim saying, as I said, being in this business on and off since 2009, she means network marketing, I've leveled up and I've had also dropped down, but I don't care. I do what I do because I love the product and it makes me feel good. Then so be it. I'm just doing my thing, sharing.
I took a big hit. Yeah, I went from green back down to pink. I took a big hit when I switched over. It's not about statuses and levels. It's about having a good group of people that have your like mindset, that are honest, that don't lie to people. It's nice to have a nurse or two in the group. We all have regular socially constructed day jobs. We all have day jobs. Not one of us just totally, you know, we all have some sort of an income other than this. So it's kind of like a group of moms. It's like a mom's group of really type A personalities. Wonderful.
Yeah. I see, because I think everybody in our team is a mum, aren't they? I are all mums, aren't they? Everybody in our team.
I think we are, and we all have day jobs. Sylvia's got her dance business.
It's a nice place to be, and you get to connect with so many different people that you may not have necessarily ever have connected with before. And you learn so many different things about yourself, about other people, how to deal with people, and you learn skills that you can use within your personal life.
It's definitely skills. I had no business skills and no selling skills. And anybody who knows me, I talk a mile a minute, and I was such a verbal diarrhea. And now, I mean, what it's just taught me about people alone and like a selling business environment is amazing too. You're right. You learn a lot more. And Sylvia and I too aren't the type of people that wake up in the morning with a cup of tea and put on Tony Robbins. So don't think that we're waking up and we're going, yeah, I can face the day.
No, I'm not doing that.
We're not those types of people either, you know. Sure, some of us do yoga. Sure, some of us do that. But we're not that bullshitty type of people that drink the Kool-Aid entirely. So that's another thing that I like too, is that we've drank the Kool-Aid, like 3/4 of it. But there's that 1/4 of skepticism that keeps us real.
Yes.
And I like that.
Absolutely. That. Absolutely. 100%. What's Kim? Well, look at my account closed only the other day and came back smashing a goal and brought 3 sponsors in. Exactly. In the first man and the first man on the team. Yes, because we got a man in the house now. I know. We got Dan, haven't we?
Dan.
We want to see. I want to see mascara on Dan's lashes.
I know. But I mean, how wonderful is that, you know, to have a man on the team too, that collagen is just not about women. I had my first male customer last week, and it was a nurse that I used to work with. And I was like, oh my God. But we trust each other to know, we've worked with each other as nurses to know, number one, I'm a good nurse. Number two, I'm not going to lie. Number 3, people don't even know that I'm 47 years old.
That's right.
I am freaking old, man. I am older than goddamn dirt. And people are like, no, you're like 32. And I'm like, thanks.
Got the same. Yeah, that's right.
All collagen, bitches.
It is the collagen. It is. The collagen really is. I will do it. He'll be game. He's always up for a laugh, but I'm going to get Dan in mascara and eyeliner. But it's, you know, we enjoy what we do. We love what we do. We're not in a scam. We're not in a cult. In fact, if it is a cult, I'm happy to be in it. Okay.
I am
That's
too.
what people want to call it. I'm happy to be in
For
it.
God's sake. I know it's better than having Jesus shoved down your throat, but it's kind of like it's one of those things too. I guess I can come from the fact too that I sold LuLaRoe, those leggings out here, and I got suckered into that and joined with a friend who is no longer my friend, who I found out wasn't my friend from the beginning. But that's an entirely different subject, kids.
Yeah,
Never do
yeah,
business with friends or family. Okay. So anyway.
yeah.
But I learned the hard way there. But LuLaRoe was a scam. That was a scam. And remember, I told you I wasn't even in it for 3 months, and I was like, "Oh my God, got to get out of this." It's a vibe that was horrible. I drank the Kool-Aid. It was stupid. It was one of the worst investments. I made my money back, but it was because by God, if I was going to look like a fool, because that's just my personality, I'm going to be in it till it's the Titanic and that shit's sinking.
Yeah.
And I made my money back, but yeah, that was a scam. That was a scam. I can go on the record to say that LuLaRoe, right, was a total effing scam. And to go from that back to Unique, because I sold Unique and then I got out of it and sold these leggings, and then I came back to Unique and I was like, yeah, this is the place I need to be.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are products that I like. You know, our products don't have holes in them right on the ass. And I mean, I can tell you, I got some stories I can talk to you about scams with that company. That was insane.
I don't think we've got, have we got LuLaRoe's here? I don't know if we have, actually.
I don't think so. I think it went to Canada, and then I don't know if Nicole's still on or Sandra. See, that's another thing too. We're so diverse. We have people in Canada. We have people in England.
All over the place. That's right. Yeah. That's right. And when you find the right tribe, you just connect. It doesn't matter where you are, right?
So culturally, it's good for me because I can understand how the rest of the world works. It's kind of interesting to see how you guys perceive America and how we perceive you. That's been
absolutely.
During COVID, that's been really interesting. That's
absolutely. And then when we were going through the whole George Floyd stuff, it was really interesting to see. Yeah, you know how what really was happening to what we told over here on the news, because you would be able to say, no, that isn't happening, or actually it's worse than that, or it was really interesting to be able to
absolutely.
And
then to be like, Sylvia, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and it's 32 degrees out and Holiday gas station's burning down and McDonald's is burnt to the ground. And I have my gun in the front seat of my car.
Crazy. It was crazy. Honestly, guys, it was crazy. Getting the first-hand reports of what was going on with all the stuff with George Floyd. Like, we were seeing little bits on the news here, but when you're actually hearing it firsthand from someone that was right in the middle of it, it was like, wow. Like, it was really dreadful, obviously devastating, but fascinating to be able to hear that, like you said, because we get to connect with people all over the world that we wouldn't necessarily ever have got to connect with before.
Correct. And it kind of kept me sane in a way to constantly talk to you guys. So if you're just in it to have a group of women, it was like I was talking to my best friend. I was talking from high school. I was talking to you. I was not talking to my mom as to not freak her out. I was talking to my buddy from Florida, because it's kind of like you just have to say it to realize that shit is just burning down in front of you and people are running across the street with like shit from Target, and you're like, what am I doing with my life, you know? And you're like, oh. So it was just kind of interesting. So just as a group of women, I was so glad I found you guys, because nobody would believe me. Nobody would believe me. And I'm like, this is actually going on right now, and nobody would believe me. So it was just very interesting how the news media portrayed different things. And I was like, sounds a little fishy to me, news media.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean. It's
and then our presidential elections. Oh my God.
That was just horrendous.
And he's got his like parties going on.
That was horrendous. That was just like, what is happening?
Downing Street, baby. Woo! There's some orgies going on at Downing Street, baby. Like,
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, but it's kind of freeing in a sense to come on and just say it's a good business if you want to get started with us, if you need to pay off some debt, if you just want a product that works for you, if you want a no bullshit product that you're not going to spend a shit ton of money on. There's a few companies out there that, mind you, have some really good products, but their prices are outrageous. Ours very comparable. We're actually cheaper than Mary Kay, but a little more expensive than Avon. So we're kind of in the middle as far as price range goes.
That's right.
All of our products are plant-based. So the majority of them are gluten-free and vegan. Yeah, it's just soy. It's just amazing. The collagen, if people are into non-GMO and stuff, it's non-GMO. If you're into sustainable fisheries, it's sustainable fisheries off the coast of France. And talk to them about the Unique Foundation, Sylvia. Talk to them, because this is kind of was the make it or break it for me to join this company too a long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
We've just changed the name, haven't we? So it's not. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Saphira? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right. We're still getting used to it. It's only been changed within this week, actually. Yeah, so we're all getting used to the new change. So basically we had the Unique Foundation and Defending Innocence as the sister company. So Unique Foundation is the chosen organization that came first before Unique. So that came first before there was any makeup. And that basically organization is there to help people that have been experienced childhood sexual abuse. So people that have been abused as children, okay? Women, at the moment it's just for women. So we have haven retreats where these women can apply to go. They don't have to pay for it. It's all free. They just have to get themselves there. Everything else, all the other expenses are covered. And they have therapy. It's like therapy. They have therapy sessions. They're around other people that have experienced it. They get to talk about their experience. You know, it's for them to be able to find healing so they can move on with their life in whichever way they want to move on with, right? Anybody can apply for it. And that's anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You can apply to go to the Haven. The Defend Innocence, the sister company, was basically, that was formed to educate people how to do our best to prevent that from happening, childhood sexual abuse, to give us the education, what to look out for in a child, you know, making sure we do certain security checks if your child's having a sleepover, that sort of thing. It's education, because again, in this day and age, I find it quite shocking that we're quite lax. I think the security we have today around children is really not as strong as it was when I was growing up. I can just go for a sleepover. There's no way. My mum was not letting me go for a sleepover at somebody's house unless she knew that everything about that person, right? It just wasn't happening. Whereas now we'll just let our kids go, like people just let their kids go. They've never even met the parents. You know, I've had my Reese, he's 15. I've had numerous friends of his come here, male and female. I've never met the parents. They don't know who I am. These kids are here. I could do anything to these children. They wouldn't know. Do you want, you know? So yeah, it's just, you know, I'm safe, guys. I wouldn't do anything, but you know what I mean? So that's what the Defend Innocence is about. What they've done is they've now merged the two together, and instead of having two separate companies and blah, they've merged the two together to make it more I suppose gets easier to manage as well, and also for it to make more sense. And they've changed the name because what was happening, if you put in the Unique Foundation as a search, you'd get what you'd get up is a foundation.
Oh, I get it. I didn't even think about that.
Right. Okay. You getting the makeup product as opposed to the, right. So they've changed the name. They've called it something. I think you pronounce it Saphira. I could be wrong in how you pronounce it, but that they've been merged together now. And again, it's still supporting women of childhood sexual abuse, but they're looking, from what I understand, in the future, that will also open up to men.
Good.
That's kind of what, so changing the name and all of that makes it more appealing to males as well. But so we're not doing it at the moment. It's still just for women, but I think the future goal is that it will be opened up to men as well. Like they'll have the resources and stuff to be able to deal with men as well. And they want to build more retreats in different markets as well to make it more accessible for people to get to them and stuff, right? So that anything that we sell, anything that you purchase, what we purchase, because we buy our own products, 10% of whatever is sold, 10% of that goes into the foundation. So Unique was formed, the makeup side was formed to fund the foundation. It wasn't the other way around. They didn't build a makeup beauty company and then thought, oh, let's attach it to a charity to make us look good, like a lot of companies do.
Yeah, it is a tax break for them. Yes, people, we're not saying we don't understand this, but we're saying the CEO's wife and sister had been sexually abused as young females. And so he was trying to create a foundation that would help women of sexual abuse. So then when they started thinking about funding, that's how Unique came about. So correct. The foundation was actually invented and was idea, and then the makeup was correct. It was just the makeup was to fund the company. So yes, it's their tax break. It's probably easier to have one company as a tax break than two.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That it was created first because of his own sister and wife. And they talk about that as well in various videos for the company. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Absolutely. So it's nice to know when you're spending your money to buy something that you want for yourself, that you're also helping other people that you'll never meet, but you're helping them have a place they can go to find healing, right?
And I think when you talk about the retreats too, the Haven retreat was a retreat that was created in Utah. And so what it is, so people understand, it's where you go to receive therapy. They do art, they do music, they do education, they do exercise. So it's kind of a retreat to go and to start the building, to start the healing process. So it's kind of like that starting block. So there's one in Georgia, I think now, and one in Utah. And they eventually want to put a couple in Europe.
That's right.
Because our company is all over the world, and these are retreats that 10% off the top of what you purchase goes into the funding for these retreats. That's and to pay the counselors, and then they pay for the women for their room and board and everything while
everything's covered. Karen just said, Karen was just saying, didn't 3D mascara come first? No, Karen, the Unique Foundation, which has now changed names, but I'll call it Unique Foundation so you understand, that came first. That's what came first. The makeup, or should I say the mascara, 3D mascara came later.
They didn't even sell mascara in the beginning.
Did they? They
sold these like weird little, I would call them leg warmers that covered boots. I don't know, they were those weird leg warmers, flash dance 1980s thing that they sold first. So they didn't even sell mascara first. And then it was just the CEO's sister with her love of makeup. Then they got the idea. But again, we're a Fortune 500 company. We've been on the Fortune 500 list a few years in a row. So
yes,
and it's
you're right, Karen. It was the first makeup product was the 3D mascara.
But it wasn't what came first. The girls like Deanna and stuff will tell you that they used to sell like these little button things or these little sock warmer things. They used to sell all of that first.
But the first makeup product they produced was the 3D mascara, right?
Correct.
That's it. That was that. So you're right. I think that answers your question, Karen. But so that's what it is. So there's a whole lot to this business, isn't it?
And the company has been around for almost 10 years.
So
it's not going anywhere. It's not a flash in the pan. We're around to stay. Yeah, the platform has changed a lot. You know, girls used to spam people with virtual parties. I was one of them.
Yeah.
It's changed. There's just so many ways to sell now. We have our Facebook groups. I don't know. It's a fun environment. I actually look forward after a really hard day to go into my Facebook group and chat with people all over the US and the world for that matter. You know,
Right.
it's fun. It's networking.
That's right. It is. It's the network marketing. Network. You're literally just networking and connecting with people.
It
And
does.
you don't know. I mean, there was, who was it that said it at the event? I can't remember who stood up and said it. Oh damn, I can't remember. There was one of the speakers. I cannot remember who it was that said it. I can't even visualize can't remember who it was. But basically, they were saying, oh no, they didn't say it at the event. It was Kat Day. Remember, she said that she'd reached out to somebody on her friends list and was like, just dropped in, hey babe, how are you? Haven't spoken to a while. And she said that like during the pandemic, when we were all locked in,
yeah,
Kat was the first person that had spoken to her in the 2 years.
yeah.
She had no connection with anybody. No one had reached out to her or anything. And I just thought, you got to think about that. There's a lot of people out there that are like that. When we went into lockdown, all those single people that live by themselves.
Well, and you guys really went into lockdown out there. Because I've told people, Sylvia, remember you had to register and you had to say like you were going for groceries or something, or what was that Reese would go for groceries and stuff?
Yeah.
But I would tell a bunch of people because they would whine, and I'm like, but you have a country that's so big that you can jump into your car and drive across any border to any state. We're not really in lockdown. Here's my friend Sylvia, who is watching fireworks from her house, and they can't go anywhere over in England. So yeah, it was very interesting. You guys had people that just did not have contact.
They didn't. That's right. Didn't have contact with anyone. We just sat in their houses. That's why there was suicides, depression went up, mental health went up, because all those people that lived on their own.
Right. Like, and we're not saying join our group and buy mascara to have a friend during the pandemic. We're just saying it was so nice to have a connection. It was so nice to have a connection. What's going on in your country? I don't know. What's going on in your country?
Yeah.
What's the world like out there? What are you guys doing? Minnesota's shut down. How about you guys? Yeah, it was so nice.
Yeah,
to talk to our Canadian friends up to north. Hey, Sandra, Nicole, what's Canada doing? You know, it's just
what's going on. Nice. That's right, absolutely, because we were all experiencing different things because we were all in different places. And yeah, but when you think about those people that didn't have that, like, I mean,
I was the only person in 2 years that made a connection with that woman. That's sad.
Right. I mean, that is sad, right? Like, that's really sad. Like,
I know. And you know, it's so funny too, because through the years we come and go and we say, I'm not going to sell. This is bogus. People are making fun of me. I'm getting teased. I don't want to sell this. I'm a little bit embarrassed that I sell for this company. I don't want to put it on my timeline. I don't want to put it in my stories. People think I'm lying. You know, we've come all these highs and all these lows, but I think after the pandemic, we've been pretty tight with, we may have highs and lows, but we're not quitting. Whereas before we would say, well, I'm going to quit, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm going to quit. These women were horrible to me. I'm going to quit. But now it's kind of like when you find your group of people and you find you may again have highs and lows and come and go, but you're not quitting. You'll always be around.
Absolutely. Sergi says, plus it was really good to speak to people outside of the house. Yeah, because obviously Sergi's got a family, so she's surrounded by her family, but you like husband might be driving and kids are driving, you want to speak to somebody else. So it's there was a whole lot of benefits to being part of something as well, because it was a difficult time. So anyway, guys, I think we should let Brandi go, guys, because she's been sat in that freezing cold in that car.
Okay. Like I told you, I can't feel my ankles, but I'm good.
I'm sat here all nice and warm and cozy, Brandi. I'm
anymore, but geez, Sylvia. No.
Snow out the back, thermals all wrapped up.
But what we wanted to come on and accomplish is that we're two regular people who sell a product that we really like, who believe in a product. You have a nurse who's never going to lead you astray, because I can't. I legally have a license that I feed my family with. So I can't lie to you, and I can't give you medical advice. So, it's nice that there's a couple nurses in our group.
Yeah,
and
there is,
we have a couple nursing assistants.
That's right. We do,
We have health people, we have yoga people, we have dance people, so we're all of kind of like that mindset for a healthy body.
Yeah.
So we're going to be the group that's not going to lie to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Too, we're the only company that offers a 14-day refundable money-back guarantee, even
that's
on
right.
Which I have been researching. You are not going to find a money-back guarantee on a liquid collagen anywhere, but our company is the only one that does it. So if you don't like the product, we'll always refund you. And, it's kind of like bless and release. If you like us, great. If you don't, well, then okay, peace out. But
yeah, exactly. It's true. It's absolutely true. And we've got nurses, we've got carers now. So we're all the same, because Carly's a carer, and Elena, who's just partnered with us, is also a carer. So we all of that kind of Shanez is we've all of that kind of same kind of line of work in different
care. So it's kind of interesting to have nurses and carers over there in England with a socialized medical, and to have me over here where America just goes batshit crazy with so that's also, find yourself a group that you can really talk to about differences in healthcare systems, but that's a whole nother topic. But it's just really interesting. But we like what we do. We wanted to share it. It's helped us pay off more than $40,000 worth of debt a piece. Sure, it took 4 or 5 years, but we did it. And now we're just having fun with it.
Exactly that. So if anyone's got any questions for either of us, just reach out.
Single mom, anybody.
Just reach out. We'll always tell you the truth. We'll always be honest. And what you do with that information is entirely up to you. We will be.
Don't join me. Join Sylvia.
Don't listen to what she's saying. Okay. Do not listen to what she's saying. If you relate to Brandi and you're like, I want to be a part of that, then you speak to Brandi. Do not come to me. You will still have access to me. We're all one.
Nobody wants to be a part of this, babe.
I'm working on her. Trust me. Trust me, I am. All right. But honestly, you will see us more, because we're going to be doing this regularly, like every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks or so, because now I'm not working as much overtime. We've kind of hit a lull in our numbers at the hospital, so I'm back to just my regular scheduled programming, which is good.
That's good.
So
that's good.
It's kind of nice. There's not a lot of holes to fill, at least on my end for us anymore. We're kind of all trained up. We hired new people, that kind of thing. So we'll see how long it lasts. We go up and down. So
but at least you get a bit of time with your family, or just to chill, whatever it is you want to do, which is nice, right?
Just spend time in my car with you.
In the freezing snow. But we are planning that we're going to try and come on every 2 weeks, do a live where you can come and ask us questions, you can talk to us, and we're just going to talk about anything and everything. So it will be on a Sunday. Sunday's normally a good day at 8 p.m. every 2 weeks. So we won't be here next week. It'll be the week after.
I think we'll talk about anything and everything but COVID. I don't think either one of us want to talk about COVID. So COVID's off limits, guys. We don't want to talk about it.
No.
I don't have anything to say anymore. So I don't know about you, Sylvia, but I'm so pieced out on COVID. It's like, so guys, if you have any questions, let's amend that other than COVID.
Not
either one of us give a shit anymore about. I mean, we do, but we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it.
No, and it's a
touchy subject.
Because people just get up in their feelings, and people tend to stop. They then, you get those people that don't respect other people's opinions and views and just want to push their views and opinions on other people instead of just respecting that some people just disagree, which is, I think, it's okay to disagree. Like,
but see, we come from that generation where it's okay to disagree. So, but yeah, so that will be off limits for Sylvia and I. No COVID. And number 2, no vaccines. We're not talking about vaccines.
That's definitely a no.
No, we're not talking about, what did my dad say? You never at the dinner table discuss how much money you make or abortion. Now we're going to add politics. Now we're going to add religion. We're going to add COVID. And we're going to add vaccines. So we're not talking about those at the dinner table, guys. We're not.
No, because people just get crazy.
Do you want to know how we've paid $40,000 worth of debt off a piece? We'll talk to you.
We'll tell you. And perhaps what we can do next time, I think what we should speak about, we're not going to do it now, guys, because otherwise we'll be here all night. I think we should talk about diversity and inclusion, how we work.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that, because diversity, Sylvia and I have been getting a little bit pissed off. I grew up in major cities. In some of those major cities, I grew up as a minority, actually. For all you white people who can't ever think that you would be a minority, I grew up as that, and in a couple major cities in the US. So we want to talk about how diversity is forever, and it's not just a flavor of the year.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that.
We'll do that next time.
Yeah.
So be here for that, because that's
diversity is not just a train to get on to prove to yourself that you can be diverse.
It's
something that it's not a trend. It's something that you practice every day. It's who you grow up with. It's your friends. Both of us have such a diverse network of friends, colors, races, ethnicities. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. So join us 2 weeks time. I'll put a post up as a reminder, but 2 weeks time. Because that's when Brandi will be available. I work around her schedule because her schedule is tighter than mine, obviously, being a nurse. So 2 weeks time, 2 weeks Sunday. I don't even know what date that is, but I'll put a reminder. Sergi's in the comment. I'm sure she'll drop. It's this date. You know what Sergi's like. She's like on it. She'll be like, it's this date.
It's not the 13th, the 14th, it's the 13th, ladies.
No, I know. Right. I thought, oh God, I knew Sergi would pick up on it. I thought no one was got it.
Too. I was like, Sergi, I love you. I really do.
She misses not a trick. She doesn't miss a trick. So yeah, 2 weeks time let's see, look, she put it in 27th.
That's our girl. That's our girl. That's our girl. Every group has to have a woman like this who can keep us all on task. Sylvia's a Cancer and I'm a Virgo, and we could go. No, you're a Pisces and I'm a Virgo, and we could go on all night. Yeah,
exactly. Day after her birthday, she said. Okay, so diversity on the 27th, Sunday the 27th at 8 p.m. We will be here, me and Brandi, and we will be talking about diversity and inclusion.
And I'm going to be the token white bitch. Yes, I am. So
I'm going to be the token black bitch.
No, you're not, man, because we're going to roll reversal, baby. We are going to roll reversal. We're going to talk about me walking to school in downtown Virginia Beach, Virginia. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So we're going to roll reversal. So join us for token white bitch on the February.
Token black bitch. Okay.
We discussed that this isn't a fucking trend, people.
Yes, it's not a trend.
That we have to get along all the time.
Yeah, so if you want to come, if you want to learn, or you want to share, you might want to share something, you might have some insights yourself, then feel free.
If you want to correct me too, I am all about being corrected as well. I'm an ally. I am all up for being told because I have not walked in these shoes. So as well, if you want to drop your tidbits of knowledge, I am fine with that. 47 years of living, I can take an opinion. So bring your opinions. Yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
No offensive, no offended conversation. It's real. So
it's real. It's just real. It's everything's just real. Okay, ladies and gents, I don't know who's on, but thank you for having us. Thank you for joining us this evening. And Brandi, thanks for giving us your time as well, and sitting in your car freezing your butt off.
My frozen ankles.
My friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody who wants to give me shit tomorrow at work, bring it.
Bring it. Listen, you mess with her, you mess with me. Okay? Let me just tell you that.
Royal Air Force, babe. We'll send that. But yeah, but again, like Churchill and FDR, we're going to be together for a while.
100%. We come as a package, people. We come as a package.
But I love you, Sylvia. Have a good night out there, babe.
Love you. See you later, guys. Love you. Bye.